Hello, my name is Matthew Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about data analytics and IDEA. I currently work for Tarrant County, Texas. We have a population of 1.9 million people, probably getting closer to 2 million if you currently look at it now. We're one of the fastest growing urban counties in the United States. Our main revenue source comes from property taxes, which is not too many people know that. Most people think that we get most of our revenue from tickets, fines, and penalties that we collect from like the county clerk and the sheriff's department, but that's just not the case. We get most of our money from assessing property taxes. Confinement is our main area of expense. We have 7 different jails that house on a daily average about 3,800 to 4,000 inmates, and 45% of our budget goes towards expenses related to confinement and the jails. We have over 4,300 employees. Our annual budget is greater than $500 million, and our first analytical software purchase was in 2009. That's when we purchased IDEA. I wanted to give you an overview of what the county structure looks like. I work for the Auditor's office, which lies underneath the district judges that are elected by the county voters. The current auditor is Renee Tidwell, and she is appointed by the district judges. This gives you kind of an idea of all the different types of department that we have within the county, and it all kind of boils into one financial aspect that's maintained by the auditor's office. IDEA Data Analytics was created by Caseware IDEA Incorporated, specifically created for use in audit process, more specifically for internal audit processes. It has a very intuitive design that allows for reduced time and training, and it has a great dashboard that's easy to use, very visual, very easy to understand. It has the ability to automate tasks very easily. And I have a short introductory video attached if you would like to take a look. It kind of gives you just a basic overview of what IDEA does, what IDEA can do. Now, Tarrant County purchased IDEA for 5 major reasons. The first was data acquisition. Whenever we have all those tons and tons of different departments within the county, they all operate on different types of software systems. The county clerk operates off of Odyssey, the district clerk off a mainframe system, the tax office works off of Tax Client, which is completely different from all the others. But everything has to flow into the financial software system SAP that the auditor's office uses. And one great component of IDEA is it allows you to import many different types of data sets and then convert that into Excel or Adobe or whatever you need to make sure that you can import that into SAP. Helps to expedite that process significantly. One of the second major reason we bought it was for data integrity. Once you import something into IDEA, that information cannot be changed until it's exported into some other type of data format. But once it's in IDEA, unlike in Excel, you can't change the value of a cell or a equation, or you can't delete anything. It's very important when it comes to performing audits within the internal audit department, which is the department that I work for. It gives you a security measure there to make sure that each time you're performing a test on this data, you know it will not change. Another major reason we bought it was for pre-built analytics. And that means that it has predetermined or pre-specified tests that it can run, such as gap detection or duplicate key detection, summarization of different types of variables. All those are pre-built in it, which helps save a significant amount of time trying to perform those procedures for an audit or for a summarization of data for SAP. It has what I think is the most important aspect of IDEA is the repeatable analysis. Unlike normal macros where you have to hit the record button and go step by step through the process, and if you mess up, you have to start back over again, IDEA allows you through a visual connector to pick specific procedures performed and then turn that into a macro instead of having to go step by step through the process and then having to go back if you mess up. It's very powerful, very helps to expedite routine tasks. It's, I think, the most powerful part of IDEA. And then we have our support, which is the fifth major reason. It was very important for Tarrant County to ensure that the system or the company that created IDEA would be around for a while. Caseware has been around for some time, and IDEA now I think is on version 9. They also use automation a company called Automation to perform their support system. And they're a fantastic company, always there when we need them. Every time we have an update to IDEA, there's always some issues, but they're always there to help us and take care of it. I'm going to give you some idea for some idea uses. Again, like I said before, it was purchased in 2009. Was needed to perform analysis on data mining and large data sets, primarily for the tax office, which, like I said before, that's where our main revenue source. They collect over $500 million just for Tarrant County alone, along with 41 other municipalities with multi-million-dollar budgets. A ton of money goes through the tax office on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And each one of those transactions needs to be analyzed, summarized, and viewed for risk. And IDEA helps us to look at all that. If we were using Excel, it would get bogged down with how much data we have to look at one time. But IDEA, like I mentioned before, can perform duplicate testing, gap detection, data mining, trend analysis, and data conversion. I want to give you some Tarrant County applications where we're currently using IDEA at. Accounts payable uses it for duplicate transaction testing. And we have about 4,000 transactions that go through on a weekly basis, around a $4 million average that we pay out on a weekly basis. And it's important for us to run duplicate testing to make sure we're not paying somebody twice. Internal audit, which is the department that I work for, we use it for data mining and trend analysis. And when I say data mining, we use it to summarize, massage data so that we can look at it a little bit differently than how it comes to us, to identify risks and areas that we might need to test that might have problems. The housing department uses it for gap detection, which they keep it there. They keep that to maintain their checkbook to make sure no check in the check sequence is skipped. And then data conversion and summarization is used by the Tarrant County Budget Office. They use that probably on a quarterly basis to make sure that everybody's keeping to their budget and to perform analysis for future budgets. And then automation, like I said, was one of the primary areas that I think IDEA has helped Tarrant County the most, and that has helped in the AP internal audit tasks, which, like I said before, we have those 4,000 transactions that are coming through. Each one of those transactions has to be looked at by a clerk in the AP internal audit area. And IDEA helps us to automate some of those tasks so we don't have to spend manpower looking at every single one of those transactions. I kind of wanted to give you just a overview of what IDEA looks like. This is the import screen in IDEA. It kind of gives you an idea of what different types of data formats you can import. The text format is probably the one used more often, but we also use the print report in Adobe PDF. Most of the Tarrant County departments, their systems export their information in PDF format, and that allows you to create a template to get the information that you need in IDEA correctly. And this is kind of a view of the home screen in IDEA under the Analysis tab. This gives you an idea of what all the different types of pre-built analytics you can perform, like the direct index and key value selections, which allows you to pick out different types of data from the main data set. Then we have gap detection, Benford's law, duplicate key, and statistical analysis that can be run. And the area that I primarily spend most of my time is in the categorize and the relate area, which is summarization, stratification. You're doing joins and append, and that means I'm massaging, creating different, joining different databases into something that I can massage around to look and see what all is within that database. And then something we use in internal audit quite often is the sampling section, which is random. We can do random sampling or stratified random sampling, whichever type of those we could use. IDEA is a very powerful tool. And the current example that you have on your screen is from the tax office within Tarrant County. And it gives you an idea of what the data looks like. We were doing a credit card analysis on this right at the moment, and I was just giving an idea of what it kind of looks like. My name again was Matthew Jones. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is at the bottom. I'll be happy to answer any questions about IDEA, or if you have any questions about Tarrant County in general. Thank you.